Good evening, friends, and welcome to yet another session of Candid Mina. And today we have a lot of interesting news lined up for you. And the fact that Nayanthara, of who acted in Jawan, who is a very popular South Indian film
The
actress,
superstar from the south.
the superstar from the South,
South is upset with the superstar from the north.
and she's yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, you continue. I just wanted to say two superstars are at war now. One from Bollywood and one from South, that is Chennai. So you have both of them fighting. Now let's see what it is all about. Yes, back to you. Sir.
Yeah, as well as we have news coming in with Ankita Lokande joining in Big Boss, and also how systematically Bollywood is whitewashing the likes of Riya Chakravarti, Ankita Lokande, each and every person who was involved in the SSR case. So hi Ankita, hi Ushma, hi Manohar ji, hi each and everyone who's tuning in to Candid Meena today. And friends, if you do like our content, make sure to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. Yesterday we had a very informative session with Rajagopalan ji. He had various scoops, especially with regards to the women reservation bill, as well as certain ministers who will be given some important positions in the future. This is not reported in the mainstream media, and he comes up with inside information as to what's happening in the parliament, and we get that news to you as soon as possible, even before the mainstream media reports it to you. So hi Ankita ji, hi Jenny, hi Lata ji, welcome. So yeah, let us start with the quotation for today, and it is relationships are delicate and need to be nurtured with utmost love and care. Be it with your family, friends, or love, don't test the limits of these bonds as they take no time to break.
Yeah.
These are the candid bites for today,
Yeah.
and I'm sure
Very
that many
important.
people, yeah.
Yes, very important, friends, because see, sometimes what happens is we take our own people for granted. We think that they will always love us and we will continue to behave the way we want. We can lose our temper, we can do whatever we want. And we tend to take them for granted. But this does not happen because as you grow old, the patience of the person who takes it grows thin. And then what happens is they'll say, okay, if you want to keep your throw your temper around, you keep it. So it's very important that with your loved ones, whoever it could be family, it could be friends, it could be just distant people, but always nurture the relationship in such a way, just like you put water and fertilizers for a flower or for a plant, because that's how you grow. You may think that, see, just because they're close you could to show your true nature, but your true nature may be irritating for others. So this is something very important that I would advise everybody to follow, because if you really want, because you see, in today's what you call this tinsel world, and today in this flimsy world where people are moving so fast, they think that people will you can bounce back to into relationships. It doesn't happen that way. So keep this in mind as you stride forward. Yes, back to you, Jenny.
Yeah, so
Thank you,
hi
Lata.
Caroline, Lada.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome, Caroline. Jenny says the more wrong things they do, the more priority they get movies by Big Boss. They all involved in all. Yes, yes. Because Ankita says that I have a feeling Ria will enter Big Boss this season as Lokande is confirmed. Yes. Shalina says, good morning. Love
Hi,
watching you guys
welcome
run.
Shalini.
So sweet of you. Yeah. Yeah. Back to you. Jenny.
Yeah, so you can take the first piece of news, which is
Yeah.
very
Now,
interesting.
Shah Rukh Khan starrer Jawan has created wonder according to PR and box office by earning 907.5 crores, which is almost nearly 100 crores gross globally after 13 days with 511 crores net in India. The Atlee Kumar directorial has become according to them, the fastest Hindi film to enter the 400 crore club, beating Pathan's record, and is set to break many others as well. While fans are enjoying the super success of Shah Rukh Khan, they were curious to know if there will be a sequel to the film, as hinted. at the end of the film. Now, responding to these rumors, director Atli said, for Jawan, if anything strong comes to me, I will make a part two. I have kept an open end and I will come up with a sequel now or later. But definitely will keep up, will come up with a sequel to Jawan one day. Soon after this, excited fans started speculating if the sequel will have the same cast or not. Jawan also marked actress Nayanthara's strong debut in Hindi films after years of success in the South Indian film industry. But it seems we may not have Nayanthara in the sequel if it happens, as she is reportedly upset with Atlee for giving more importance to Deepika Padukone's role despite her special appearance. And a source told media that she has been very upset with Atlee because the role was chopped in the film. Also, Deepika's character was elevated and Nayanthara's was significantly sidelined. And also, Deepika has a special appearance in the film as Vikram's, the wife. The source reportedly said it was not a cameo, but Jawan was more like a SRK Deepika film. The source added it was not at all cameo. Jawan was almost made to look like an SRK Deepika film. Nayanthara is the leading actor down south, and hence she was not happy with the treatment of Jawan. And that can never well be the reason why we might not see her in a Bollywood project, at least not anytime soon. When the source was asked about Nanthan's absence from the promotional event and the success press meet of Jawan, the source stated that the actress follows a no promotion policy because of her bad experiences in the past. She follows because of her bad experience when she was misquoted and because she feels that her job is to act and not get involved in promotional activities. But here it's very clear, friends, that she was angry with the team because they had cut her role in very short. Now, friends, I remember Nayanthara first came into films in a small Malayalam movie with Jairam, and the old actress, who was very famous in the olden times, Sheila, who came as the mother of, mother in the role. And here she is a small time girl from Kerala. She's actually a Christian girl who then married Prabhu. She had many relationships, and when she married Prabhu, Prabhu made her convert to Hinduism. And after that, even that marriage broke. Then she got hold of this producer, now who she is, married. And now they have also surrogate children, is what we understand. So, being the superstar in South and this superstar in the Bollywood, it's like the clash of the titans. So each wanted more space in the movie, which is a huge flop. So I think she should be happy, Jaydev, that she got less role because the movie itself is such a big flop. She should be seen less in it because it's not important at all. And moreover, another thing that I also see is that the huge resemblance between her and Shah Rukh Khan's secretary or managing partner or what I don't know, business manager, Dadlani, Pooja Dadlani. So I think he prefers facial features like this, women like this to be around him. So yes, back to you, Jaydev.
Yeah, so you notice that Nayanthara, her role has been cut short. So, she signed this film for the very fact that she will be getting considerable, screen time in the film Jawan, of which she was denied by director Atlee. So it is very, very, nice to see that, she won't be taking any Bollywood films, and now you can see how even what is the need for Deepika Padukone to be in this film as well, along with SRK, because just a few months back we had the release of Patan, and even in that also we had both the Deepika and SRK. So is there something going on between Deepika and SRK? Because in all these public events you can see how close they are, and it kind of surprises me to see how even Gauri Khan is even tolerating, the closeness between SRK and Deepika Padukone, right? So yeah, so you can see how now each and every South Indian, a superstar or whatever you call it, who is very successful in the South film industry, they are being given smaller screen time. They're being made to do ridiculous film roles, like how Prabhas who was successful in Bahubali, which was a major hit, and now he took the film of Adi Purush, in which people mocked because the it was a huge flop, right? And
Yeah.
how Prabhas, and you had even Vijay Deverakonda, acting in Liger, and how his career also went down the train because all these South film stars, they thought that all these Bollywood producers and directors are leading them to the right direction, and how ultimately they went into the ditch, right? So meanwhile, at least planning for Oscars, says Ajay. Why is Pooja Dadlani always seen with SRK in religious places? Not only religious places, Savitri, or in each and every event as well. We saw that in the case of Lata Mangeshkar ji's funeral. Also, she was there with SRK, right? So yeah, it's very surprising to see Pooja Dadlani going along with SRK in all these public events, instead of Gauri Khan and Aryan Khan along with him. Yeah, why Pujati always accompanies SRK at every other places at Tirupati and Girdhar to meet? Yeah, this is because they are extremely close, and they don't. And he does not interact much with the photographers, who come to take pictures, or even
Yeah.
release some statements. Unlike the likes of Salman Khan, right? Salman Khan is quite interactive with the paparazzi or the photographers in front of his house or somewhere else. So lately, yeah, SRK has been avoiding media for a couple of years after Aryan Khan's arrest, and that's the reason why he is doing so. But only he releases statements for the movie promotions, post event and pre event. That's the only time at which he interacts with the media. Yes.
So Caroline says, no, ma'am, she was in a live-in relationship with Deva, Prabhu Deva, not married. He left his wife for her, but he didn't marry her. They say the reason he was too fond of his two sons. But in this old news, Nayanthara announced in 2012 that she's broken up with Prabhu Deva. In 2020, Prabhu Deva got married to Dr. Himani, a Mumbai-based uh, physiotherapist. The wedding took place 9 years after that. So, so there it's mentioned in that that she that she got married to Prabhu Deva. I don't know whether again now whether it was she was his wife at all. Yeah. So perhaps as you say, it would have been a live-in relationship.
She's a very shrewd person in terms of building her career in the film industry,
Yeah.
and she got into relationships with the people who were successful at that point of time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now, very important thing is that news is how Trudeau's allegations of a Nijar killing exposes Western double standards. You know, rather than providing proof of its so-called agents involved in the Nijar's killing, Trudeau indicted the Modi government for a crime that it has not committed. When Amit Shah was the president of BJP and still to join Narendra Modi government as Union Home Minister, he was called upon by the then U.S. ambassador to India at his Akbar Road residence. The U.S. diplomat was treated with respect and courtesy by the top BJP leader till such time he chose to discuss the human rights situation in India at that time. Not one to take things lying low, Amit Shah told the diplomat that the US had absolutely no right to preach on human rights after the extermination of Indian natives by white immigrants in the 18th century. Now, going ahead, you see here now what Justin Trudeau is doing is he's trying to please the Khalistanis. Now, I want to tell you something about this Nijar. Nijar was a plumber in Saray who manipulated with other radicals to become the president of Guru Nanak Sikh Gurudwara that openly displays images of Khalistan terrorists of the past decades, including Jarnail Singh Bidranwala. He was an operative of the proscribed Babar Khalsa International who joined KTF after terrorist Jakhtar Singh Aka Tara became self-styled chief of the KTF in 2013. Thereafter, Nijar visited Pakistan to hold meetings with Tara and ISI officials in 2013 and 14 to strengthen KTF and organize terror activities in Indian Punjab. He was actively involved in spotting, networking, training, financing, and operationalizing the KTF module members. In 2014, at the direction of Nijar, Surjit Singh Kohli, a Canadian national, visited India and motivated Parminder Akakala and a former BKI terrorist to kill Baba Pyara Singh Bhanirwala and Shiv Sena leader Sanjeev Ghanuli. It was Nijar who provided contract killing funds to Parminder Singh via Kohli to purchase locally made weapons in 2015. In December 2015, Nijar organized an arms training camp in Mission Hills in BC, Canada. He imparted training to Mandeep Singh Daliwal and other youth in firing AK 47 rifles, sniper rifles, and pistols. In 2016, he sent Daliwal to kill Shiv Sena leaders in Punjab, but the man was arrested by a Punjab police and the plan was foiled. Now, Mandeep Singh was arrested in May 2016 and an FIR was registered under sections 124A, 152, 120B, and under sections 10, 16, 18 of the Unlawful Acts of Activities of Prevention Act. Nijar, along with fellow radical Ashdeep Singh, raised a squad of 4 killers of KTF who carried out targeted killings of Manohar Lal in Bhatinda, Hindu priest in Philor, attempted abduction and killing of Shakti Singh, and gunning down of a sacrilege accused in Moga. 3 members of this module were arrested, and the list of terror and hate crimes orchestrated by Canada based Nijar in India goes on. Now, Kangana Ranaut has advised the Sikh community to dissociate from Khalistanis amid Shubh's controversy, the singer's controversy. How violently they protest against my films in Punjab. Kangana slammed Punjab for boycotting her films amidst Shubh's latest Khalistani controversy. Here is her advice. She said, even if it gets her into deep trouble, that's pretty much what happened during farmers' protest, owing to which she lost a large fan base hailing from Punjab. But that doesn't stop her from speaking against the Khalistan controversy surrounding Canadian singer Shubh. Now, it all began when the Canada-based singer Shubh, famous for songs like Still Rollin', Checks, amongst others, shared a controversial map of India. Due to this, his Indian tour has been cancelled, and the Punjabi singer has been at the receiving end of backlash all across the country. Several celebrities, including Virat Kohli, have also unfollowed him on Instagram amid the negativity. So, here, friends, it's very clear who are the perpetrators and who Trudeau is trying to shield. So, India has taken a very stern stand, and we like the way Modi has reacted to it in an appropriate manner.
Yeah,
Yeah, back to you.
the best way in which the Indian visa services to Canadian citizens has been halted, right, and it has been suspended, and that is a very bold move by an Indian Prime Minister in terms of foreign policies. We have never had a very aggressive approach, in terms of from a Indian Prime Minister in this in foreign policy like this. And Modi ji has taken a very aggressive and rightful stand as to the unfair allegations raised by the Canadians in this case. Yes, some after running around in Bollywood. Yes,
No, she's talking about this first.
yeah.
Bollywood is an exchange cabal ring. Some of them running after around in Bollywood and with old men or someone, a husband, all for money. Okay. Now about Lokande, busy with cheap publicity, barely a month since she lost her father and all her Nautaki is back in place. She's participating in Big Boss, not too surprisingly, yes. Welcome, Ruchi. Yes.
So, friends, coming to the next piece of news, and now SRK's next film is called Donkey, right? And that is due for release very soon. Now, there's an interesting fact which we want to bring to you, to Candid Meena viewers, is that Donkey has been sold to an OTT platform already, which is Geo Cinema, for an amount of rupees 155 crores. Now, if you recollect that Jawan was sold to Netflix for a amount of 250 crore rupees, but Donkey is sold only for an amount of 155 crore. A difference of less than 100 crores. So what does that indicate, right? That is his star value finally coming to a halt, right, of SRK? Because why did he sell a donkey for a price which is 100 crores less than what he sold for Netflix for the film Jawan? So this is very big proof that Jawan did not do well. So these are the facts which mainstream media does not tell you, and we read between the lines as to how Bollywood manipulates figures.
Also, Jaideep, see, you should
Yeah.
understand that, see, if you look at Shah Rukh Khan's face, if he has made such a big blockbuster and it's selling so well, then he should be happy. But he's not happy. He seems stressed out all the time. So that itself shows that he's losing big time. Another big thing, friends, is that from which you should understand that Bollywood is suffering like hell is the fact that, see, this time every Tom, Dick, and Harry, even whether it is a peon of a building or whether it is the big boss of a building, they are all celebrating Ganesh Chaturthi and making everybody come there and sing bhajans and all that. Now, it's always good to celebrate Ganesh Chaturthi, which is a very huge festival all over India. Because, see, Ganesha is one of the most important gods for Sanatana Dharma. But when you do this as a farce, because I was watching today this Bhushan from this, what's his name, which this thing is it, his brand?
T series.
Yeah, T series, yes. This man, now they are doing this puja and he is looking at his phone. And guess who arrives there at his door? None other than Buddha. Now, I'm not talking about Buddha Badsha, not talking about Buddha Lambuji. I'm talking about Mahesh Bhatt Buddha. Now, I don't know since when this Buddha has become religious. Anyway, he comes there and he shows, he does a fit of piety in front of the god, and then he comes back and he hugs this guy, the owner, and then he goes back. Now, see, this is what I've been observing with all the young actors who are there, who have made a mark and who have not made a mark. Everybody from Anaconda Mouth, to everybody is, hiring these dholaks, and getting these drummers to, beat up a frenzy. Now, see, it's all your right to do what you want as you celebrate in your house. But what is ridiculous is that now this Kundra comes, he has been making sex movies. Now this Kundra cannot face people. Okay, so what he does is, I'm sure that he has a house full of masks. Okay, and also what you call, what you wear when you go on a scooter, a helmet. Now he has different kind of helmets. Somebody very creative is working on his helmets. Now the latest one is he's got a lot of lights and little, looks like Swarovski stones on it. And I was wondering, who is this guy? When he comes in a hooded thing, he doesn't look so scary. But then when he came with a helmet and with all these studded things on it, he looks creepy. And then on top of that, if he keeps quiet, it's okay. No, he will hold the child and he will start dancing. Now, which child are we talking about? The adopted child or the sponsored child, or I don't know what child it is. Surrogate. I mean, these children have so many names for their children, whether it is surrogate or adopted or, brought up by somebody else. We really don't know. So anyway, she has got a daughter also who she only shows when there is an event. Otherwise, the ayah should take her and put her in the, in a room where nobody sees her. This is the modus operandi of everybody, including Kareena Kapoor. बच्चे को सिर्फ जब पपराची आते हैं तो उनको बाहर लेके आते हैं, और जब भी पपराची चला गया तो इनको सब एक कमरे में डालते हैं नर्स या आया के साथ. और ये लोग क्या सीखते हैं? ये लोग सब सीखते हैं जो आया उनको सिखाते हैं. तो उसमें मैं बहुत खुश हूँ क्योंकि what these ayahs teach will be middle class values and morals which are better than the Bollywood morals. So this some yeah. So now this is another mask which I have not seen. I don't know from where it has come. I don't
This
know,
is
maybe from some
actually
traffic.
apparently there's a very popular show on Netflix,
Okay.
and this mask seems to be inspired from that particular web series on Netflix. Yeah,
Yes.
so
So it looks
so
like for me, I don't know about this Netflix series, but for me it looks like he has just stolen the traffic signal, sticker and put it on his head. Okay.
yeah, it's
Now
hilarious.
other see Jaydeep, you should try to find that image where this man comes in a helmet with all these little Swarovski like things. He looks like a weird alien, you know, and it's okay. See, if you don't give too much attention to him, it's okay. Treat him as a part of a what you would call scheduled caste or something in the house. But what Shilpa does is she drags him onto the near the drummers and he also starts dancing. Now that is really weird. I mean, everybody looks at his face and they start laughing. Okay, now what is he trying to be? Is he trying to be a joker? Is he trying to do some plastic surgery to change his facial features so that he no longer looks like Rajkundra? Okay, or is he going to live all his lifetime like a mummy and even go into the grave with a mask? So these are questions that everybody will ask. Not only me, everybody will ask such questions. So
No,
it's a
apparently, what according to certain people who is on his side, they say that he's very much angry with the media for this case which came out, right? And ever after that, he much like SRK, he avoids media, and that's the reason why he also even
oh that
covers
yeah
his face.
yes yes
That is
that could
his
be his version
yeah,
that
yes,
he is angry with the media, but
yeah.
naturally he has made everybody angry, exploiting young girls and putting them in sex movies. Everybody has got angry and they attacked him. Now he cannot face society. So he cannot blame the media for that. See, you have to set a good example for your face to be shown. Now, the moment he did that, even his wife and everybody discarded him. Nobody wanted to deal with him, you know. And then somehow she went and caught Salman Khan's feet and said, "भैया मुझे थोड़ा बचाओ, क्योंकि मुझे अभी कोई भी नहीं लेगा, मैं तो अभी discarded हुआ." So that is when Salman Khan did the बड़ा भैया act, you know, and he called everybody, called, telephoned everybody, please, events, please, give her a something, whatever it is, even if she goes and dances on stage or makes a fool of herself, just give her something, save her, because she has been a part of us. So that way, she got this something to do with live dancing of children, okay,
And also,
kids
she has a
program.
health, some fitness show where she interviews certain people.
That is
Um,
also that once in a while whenever she's free. That also is not regular.
yeah,
So
okay.
she is another big hypocrite. If you talk about Kangana as a hypocrite, she's a bigger hypocrite, and bigger than that is Anubhav Kher, and bigger than that is this man who the Kashmir File director. What is his name? Uh, that guy is also the biggest hypocrite. So these are all a bunch of hypocrites who want to become right wing and show the truth when it suits them, and the moment they don't have money, they run to the side that feeds them and feeds them all lies. So let us take some comments. Welcome, Purna.
Welcome. Welcome,
Yeah.
Narendra.
So
Welcome,
Jenny says you could
Nandana.
fool man, but not God. He hiding his face, Miraji. Shilpa should cover him with sari. I want to know, Jenny, what sari? But she doesn't wear anything. So from where will she get the sari to cover him? Then you have Chandana saying, "Hello, ma'am. These Bollywood guys in Target South India. Karan Wood is successful, is spoiling all top Tollywood." Actually, now I'm coming to the stage where I feel that gay Johar is being spoiled by these people, because I don't know who is a bigger cabal. You know, whether it is Atli Baby or whether it is Gejo, we don't know, because now Atli Baby is quite a turning out to be quite a freak. He would have promised Nayanthara the sun, the sky, the blue, the stars and everything. Finally, when he came hand in hand with Buddha Bacha and Deepika, he changed completely. So he must have thought that from here I will get more money than from that side. So now I am scared for Gejo because we really don't know, whether he's safe in the hands of people like Atlee.
Yeah. So coming to the next piece
Yeah.
of news,
Ajay
friends.
Kumar says she meant half sari of Shilpa. And Jenny says, yes, true. Yes, these people wear anything. See, to tell you the truth, Jenny and Ajay, see, all the costumes of India are so graceful. You know, if you look at the costume of Maharashtra, they wear the Nainiyat sari, and it is so beautiful. It is very difficult to put it, but when it is worn, it is a very, very classy dress. And when they do lavani in that, they are very sensual and very beautiful in that. Now, what this woman does is she takes 3 inches of chiffon sari, and she tries to wear it, like a 9 yard sari. Now, how much can you cover with a 3 inch chiffon sari? You can't. Now, will it look like a 9 yard sari? So, you want to look Marathi, you want to celebrate Ganpati Puja the way Maharashtrians do it, but at the same time, you want to look like Sunny Leone. How can this combination work? It will not work. You see? So either you decide to be like Sunny Leone and come in whatever she wears or doesn't wear, or look like a Maharashtrian mulgi, and wear 9 yard sari and do the proper Lavani dance. Right? They are a hodgepodge of nothing. Useless people. Yeah, back to you, Jerry.
Yeah.
Welcome,
So
Lakshmi.
yeah. Hi. So coming to Ankita Lokande, and it's quite interesting to note that Big Boss, season 17 is going to come, in the next show, and apparently, Ankita Lokande, she is going to be in Big Boss, and she stated that Salman Khan won't be able to host the entirety of the show due to some work, and there'll be possibilities of people like Farah Khan, Karan Johar, Akshay Kumar, and Amitabh Bachchan, as being the host. And now apparently it is Ankita will be part of the reality show. She will also be entering the house with her husband Vicky Jain, since the concept of the show is couples versus singles. And speaking of the theme couples versus singles, the makers are reportedly planning to pit famous celebrity couples and singles against each other. And if the reports are to be believed, they'll be bringing in 5 single and 4 couples together for the show. And that's the latest, as to how people like Salman Khan are giving opportunities for actresses like I wouldn't call her an actress, but people like Ankita Lokande, who was just popular because of SSR, and you can see how the whitewashing is going on with each and every person like Riya Chakravarti and Ankita Lokande. They are being given shows like MTV Roadies, Big Boss, and then they are in that particular show they will tell their sob stories as to how media created sort of circus, right, trial, right, a media trial on them, and thereby they had to their careers took a very big hit, and they will try to get some sympathy from the uninformed public, and that's how the whitewashing is going on with all these people. Yes.
So, Jaidev, I have this image which I want you to show. This is the image that I said was rather scary. So, I'll just give it to you. And this is, I just want the people to have a good laugh. Yeah. You can show this one where I've just sent it to you. So, this is one image that really
Yeah.
frightened me, you know. Did you get that?
Yeah.
this image. It is like from the horror movies in Hollywood. They show such horror faces, with the because inside it's all stitched and all that. So to cover that up, they wear such helmets. Now he's come in this. Now is he trying to frighten his children, or is he trying to frighten the people who have come for Ganesha? We really don't know. But anyway, he's frightened everybody in the process. Now, the latest news about Samantha. Samantha is that she was going to work with Salman Khan in a movie, but she clarified by saying, "My next project is actually not, she's not still having any plan to work on any project." She expressed her desire to be more discerning about her future projects. "I want to be more selective about things that I work on, the things that really push me out of my comfort zone. Until I get a role like that, I think I'm okay." Now, here Samantha is playing very safe, just like many other people in the South have started, becoming. Because see, what's happening is they took so many people for a ride. You look at Vijay, you know, the Vijay, Devrakonda, isn't it, Jaydev? The one from
Yes.
Karnataka, yeah. And then they also, everybody
He's
they
from
use, Prabhas.
Andhra,
Huh?
right? Yeah, Vijay Deverakonda is from the Telugu film industry.
Yes, yes. Also in Kannada. And also Prabhas. So what they do is they take and use and throw people. So now I think these people have become a little wary about it. So moving on to the next piece of news, Suchitra Krishnamurthy recently opened up about her casting couch experience and said a big producer director had asked her to call her father and inform him that she'll be spending the night at a hotel with him. Now, Suchitra said she was very young then, and it took her a while to understand what the producer director was saying, intending to do. So she said she was on the verge of tears and ran as fast as she could from the hotel. The singer actor also said that such incidents were very common at that time. She said today such people would be exposed due to social media. So she says, I met this producer director and he asked me, आप किसके साथ क्लोज हो, आपके मम्मी या डैडी? तो उन्होंने होटल में बुलाया. उन दिनों में होटल रूम में सब बुलाते थे. इट वॉज क्वाइट कॉमन. मैं गई, मैंने बोला मैं डैडी के साथ बहुत क्लोज हूँ. ही सेड बहुत अच्छी बात है, आपके डैडी अच्छे हैं? मैंने बोला हाँ बहुत अच्छे हैं, मेरे से बहुत प्यार करता है. देन ही सेड डैडी को फोन करो और बोलो कि मैं तुम्हें कल सुबह ड्रॉप कर दूंगा घर पे. So ऐसी चीज बहुत होती थी. We were meeting in a hotel and in those days a lot of such meetings happened. So she said in a recent interview to the media. Now here, friends, what I don't understand is that, see, I'm sure by now women are very well, aware of what it takes to get a role in Bollywood or in other film industries, because Kerala and all is no different. It's all the same. So these women have to be well geared. Now, how can you go to a hotel room that, okay, this was some time back, but now how can you go? See, for example, you're talking about people like Vajayanti Mala. Vajayanti Mala used to go with her mother. Now, you talk about Hema Malini. There was no time that Hema Malini was never without her mother. Then she started her affair with Dharmendra. Then Dharmendra took care of, he was a real thug, Punjabi thug. So he would take care of any unwanted attention she would get. Then it happened with everybody. You remember even Divya Bharti, she was also very protected. And the reason why these people are protected is because they can get exploited by these, vicious producers, directors, and actors. So Shailesh says, why South actors are
Yeah,
coming in Bollywood and destroying their career? Absolutely.
yeah. So because they are attracted to, they think that it's a very good opportunity to make some very good money, and also the fact that they can reach to the audiences in the north through the medium of Bollywood, and that's the main reasons as to why they are doing this, as well
So
as it
coming back,
opens. Yeah,
yeah,
one more point is it opens opportunities for for them to get brand endorsements from different brands.
yeah.
So if they are friendly with all this, the likes of Karan Johar, Mahesh, but they get opportunities to be the brand ambassadors of many brands. So that's also one more reason.
Yeah.
Yes.
So coming back to these Ganesha festival parties, Even the one at Manish Malhotra's house, women were wearing, they all have this color code, you know, and it's the same guests who go there, flimsy, you can't call it a sari or a salwar because it's more of exposing, and when they go back, they are given goodies by Manish Malhotra in the form of some tie or some scarf or something. So here, from this you should know because I've been mentioning names of Manish Malhotra, Mahesh Bhatt, you know. So these are all the key players, okay, and T series. So these are the people who are holding the reins of Bollywood, whether it's Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, T series guy, okay, Mahesh Bhatt, Manish Malhotra, Gejo. So these are the people who are the what do you call the skeletal structure that holds the cabal together in Bollywood. What they say goes. Whatever trend they say is happening in Bollywood, that happens. So this you will see that parties with them is very very important. You see all the people who are here, Sajid Nadiadwala, I don't know who. Yeah, this is the daughter of Sanjay Kapoor. Then you have this clown. What's his name? Varun, and
David
then you
Devan
have Varun Dhawan.
and
Yes,
David, his
David
father,
Dhawan's son. Yeah, and who is this girl? I really don't know.
Jacqueline Fernandez.
Jacqueline Fernandez. Who is this one? Is it Ria?
It is. It looks like Priyanka, but it's not Priyanka, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you have Manish Malhotra, and then of course you have the choreographer Lawrence, I think, at the back. This is Bhagyashree, and yes, and they're all patting the face of Varun Dhawan's father. Ah, yes, yes, there is this curly woman also. What's her name? The one who comes in all these whitening ads.
Tapsi, yeah, Tapsi Pannu.
Tapsi Pannu. Now I don't know who this is. Must be Dhawan's wife. This one, but this one
Hi,
looks like
Avinji.
Ria Chakravarti.
It's
So
not Riya Chakrathi, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Welcome,
So,
my friend.
friends, yeah, that's all the news from my end. And yes,
Thank
it's over to
you
you.
and good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, Safran will be joining us for a session. Please join us in large numbers, as always. There'll be something very, very interesting to say. And I think Advocate is mentioning something. Let me just see what she has said. Person Turquoise, we all exposing parties, Ganpati festival, they come. Yes, absolutely, Advocate. Yeah. So thank you for that. Good night and Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.